Dear students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Professor P. Bhaskar Reddy, Department of Ancient Indian History, Culture and Archaeology, Sri Venkateswara University, Tirupati, the Principal Investigator of the course Indian Culture and also course coordinator for the paper Museology. In this module, you are going to learn about the Indian Museum, Calcutta, one of the ancient museums of India. By the end of this module, you will be able to learn about the history of the museum, its collections, galleries, its publications, its educational activities, its special exhibitions, and also its importance in Indian museums and how it became a tourist spot in India. Let us start with the history of the museum. The Indian Museum is one of the most famous museums in India and the 9th oldest and regular museum of the world. The history of the Indian Museum is a remarkable event towards the development of heritage and culture of India. It was founded in 1814 at the cradle of the Asiatic Society of Bengal. With the foundation of the Indian Museum, the museum movement started rolling in India. It is the earliest and the largest multi-purpose museum in Indian subcontinent and also in the Asia Pacific region of the world. The museum has celebrated 200 years of fruitful existence during the year 2014. The museum is more familiar by the name Ajabgarh. The local people refers to this fascinating museum as Jadughar, which means the house of magic. At present, this museum not merely a storehouse of artifacts, but also full-fledged center of learning about different aspects of history, culture and traditions of India. The Indian Museum started with several missions. The main mission of the Indian Museum are to make a visitor-friendly destination of international standards and to continuously enhance the quality of satisfaction of the visitors. To initiate a series of programs to boost the profile of the Indian Museum. To create necessary physical infrastructure to serve as an expert base in museum profession. To conduct and promote cultural heritage and research. To become a hub for professional enrichment through various training programs, short-term courses and seminars. With this mission, the Indian Museum occupies an important place in preserving the art and archaeological traditions of India. Regarding the history of the museum, Sir William Jones, a profound scholar, founded the Asiatic Society in 1784 in Calcutta. It is the beginning of the movement for the collection of the objects related to Indian heritage and culture. The role of the Asiatic Society was to form a learning center for the development of art and culture pertaining to the socio-cultural activities, entertaining people, disseminating knowledge and preserving the cultural as well as natural heritage of mankind for prosperity within the geographical limits of Asia. Later in 1976, the members of the Asiatic Society of Bengal conceived an idea of establishing a museum with the collected objects. The museum was established under the guidance of Dr. Nathaniel Wallich as the honorary curator on 2nd February 1814 at the venue of the Asiatic Society with two sections. The one is archaeological, ethnological and technological matters, and the other is geological and zoological section. The example set by the Asiatic Society proved a great incentive and many more new museums were opened in different parts of the country. It was the beginning of the Indian museum movement. After the starting of this museum, several donors from different parts of Asia have contributed their mite for the development of museum. The Indian contribution and participation along with the European scholars in the development of museum was started in 1832. In the year 1837, James Prinsep, the secretary of the society, wrote to the government for the formation of National Museum. Hence, the museum, which was known in the beginning as Asiatic Society Museum, subsequently came to be known as the Imperial Museum and later familiarized as Indian Museum. Later, Dr. Helfer and other scientific officers have decided to found museums of economic geology in Kolkata with the premises of the Asiatic Society in 1840. In the year 1858, the Geological Museum was amalgamated with the Geological Survey of India. Later in the year 1866, the Indian Museum Act was passed and the entire collection was entrusted to the Board of Trustees. The zoological and anthropological sections of the museum gave rise to the formation of Geological Survey of India in the year 1916 and the Anthropological Survey of India in 1945. From its inception in the year 1814 up to the year 1878, the museum was at the Asiatic Society in Park Street, Kolkata. The foundation of the present massive building of the Indian Museum was laid in the year 1867. In the year 1875, the present three-storied Victorian architectural design in the Romanesque style museum building designed by W.L. Granville, the engineer of the Britishers. The archaeology gallery and bird gallery of the zoological section had been declared open to the public in the year 1878. Have a look at the old museum, which was started in the Asiatic Society premises in the year 1905, and the present two-storied building, which was functioned as present day museum. So far we discussed about the first museum, that is the Indian Museum, how it was started and how it was grown, its collections, then the scholars who contributed for the development of this museum by enriching its collections and starting various art, archaeology, anthropological and zoological sections, and how these sections became an independent of that societies. Now we can shift our discussion about the collections and the galleries of the Indian Museum. The Indian Museum has valuable collection of more than 150,000 artifacts representing 5,000 years of Indian art, right from prehistoric objects to modern period. The Museum Directorate has three main cultural sections: art, archaeology and anthropology. The museum has 40 galleries in 3 floors and houses rare collection of antiquities distributed in 6 sections. They are archaeology, art, anthropology, zoology, botany and geology. Have a look at the distribution of galleries in 2 floors and its location. As a first museum in India devoted to archaeology and art, the Indian Museum has a rich collection of archaeological materials since prehistoric times. The archaeological section represents the finest and the largest collection of archaeological and historical materials in India. These objects have been displayed in the following galleries: Pre and Proto-Historic Gallery, Main Entrance Gallery, Barhut Gallery, Gandhara Gallery, Long Archaeology Gallery, Bronze Gallery, Coin Gallery, Minor Art Gallery, and Egyptian Gallery. Have a look at the beautiful art collections of Barhut Gallery. These are all the rare collections of the Buddhistic art sculptures from Barhut. And also have a look at Gandhara Art Gallery, which houses the objects of Gandhara. These are the important sculptures collected from various parts of India. This is one of the important and rare collection of the Indian Museum. Achitrav scenes from the life of Buddha, 6th century Christian era. Have a look at the Buddha image collections of this museum. Surasundari, a sandstone sculpture, and also the Jaina image. It also includes the lion capital, Mahishasuramardini, and also Ganesha. In its collection, the artifacts of Earth Goddess, the terracotta figurine are the beautiful examples of its collection. In the Egyptian gallery, it houses Egyptian mummy and antiquities. The showcases with different types of fossils were exhibited in that gallery. Have a look at Mummy Mosque, Egyptian human mummy, and also a view of glance about the Egyptian gallery. Now we can move to the art section of the Indian Museum. The exhibits of art section are on display in 4 galleries: Mughal Painting Gallery, Bengal Painting Gallery, Decorative Art and Textile Gallery, Southeast Asian Gallery are important, having good specimens of art and decorative art aspects. Have a look at Mughal Painting Gallery, depicting a portrait of a lady, Hasina, decorated with beautiful golden floret motifs, and also Mughal painting depicting a nobleman standing with 6-cut choga. These are the another important collections of the objects in display. Traditional Bengali women wearing blue and green saris, Rama and Sita seated on the throne being worshipped by Hanuman, and also water-colored on cloth depicting a copy from Avalokiteshvara with a white flower. This is collection from the model of Ajanta. Have a look at Bengal Painting Gallery, having good collections of that region. The Decorative Art and Textile Gallery have a rich collections of various textile fabrics of India and also artistics. These are the important decorative art objects of the Indian Museum which are on display. So far we have seen archaeological section and art section. Now we can move to another section, the anthropological section of the Indian Museum. The exhibits in the anthropological section are displayed in 4 galleries. They are paleoanthropology, cultural anthropology, mask gallery, musical instruments gallery. The objects exhibited in these galleries are tribal and folk art objects and artifacts from Andaman, Chenchus of Andhra Pradesh, Santal Parganas, Kerala, Nagaland, Meghalaya, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh and Bengal. Several musical instruments, dresses, costumes, masks, ornaments, arms and weapons are also exhibited in the anthropological gallery, which they speak about the tradition of our tribal culture. The Egyptian mummy and the 84 feet long whale fish are another important attraction of this gallery. Have a look at anthropological section having the mask and fossils of anthropology. Besides archaeological, art and anthropological, the Indian Museum have a good collection of geological aspects. The largest geological collections are displayed in 4 galleries, which are maintained by a separate curatorial division of Geological Survey of India. They are Shivalik Gallery, Invertebrate Fossil Gallery, Rock and Mineral Gallery, Earth and Meteorite Gallery with gem section. In its collections, nearly 60,000 samples of stones, Makaran marbles and rocks, 20,000 minerals, 15,000 fossil plants with 73 feet long trunk and animals, precious stones, meteorites, 120 million years of fossils from Shivalik region have been displayed. It tells about the origin of man and mankind from the inception up to the prehistoric age. Besides the above, the Indian Museum also have the zoological section. The zoological exhibits displayed in 6 galleries with mammals and birds, amphibia, reptiles, fish, insects, etc. Have a look at the collection of beautiful birds and mammals. The botanical section of the Indian Museum. The Botanical Gallery of the Indian Museum has permanent exhibit in 8 bays and various sections. It contains Indian timbers, food products, medicinal products, vegetable fibers, oil and seeds, dyes and trans, gums and resins, agricultural products. This gallery provides first-hand information on both wild and cultivated economic plants commonly used in India, as well as its commercial perspectives. The galleries have smaller display units on various economic products such as story of paddy, story of sugarcane, story of arrowroot, tea story, varieties of paddy and wheat, common vegetables, fruits of various tropical zones. Some of the exhibits in these galleries are wood yielding plants, medicinal herbs, agricultural products, fiber and narcotics, dyes and trans, oil and seeds. After seeing this gallery, one may get an idea about the economic products of the India since the beginning up to period, and various agricultural products, medicinal products and various timber products. Now we can shift our view to the industrial section, another important section of the Indian Museum. The industrial section of the Indian Museum, situated on the adjoining Sudher Street, it exhibits specimens of plant products known as Botanical Museum, Economic Herbarium, Dr. George Watt's Economic Ledgers. These are the important sections of the Indian Museum. Besides the collection and exhibition of various objects belonging to these themes, the Indian Museum also contributes for the promotion of educational and research activity in the form of publications to get awareness among the public. The Indian Museum publishes its museum bulletin, monographs, catalogs, picture postcards, folios, guidebooks, sectional and general exhibition folders. Besides collection, preservation and exhibition, the museum also undertakes several educational activities. It undertakes the following educational programs: free guide service, student programs for schools and colleges, mobile exhibitions, film shows at regular intervals, photography, gallery lectures, popular lectures by eminent scholars, conducting of exhibitions on several important occasions, workshops, memorial lectures and seminars on various themes, multicultural activities, and also it conducts training programs and library service as a part of educational activity. Besides these programs, the Indian Museum also conducted several special exhibitions on different occasions to exhibit a rare collections of the museum. It conducted international exhibition in the countries like Japan, West Germany, Canada, United States of America, United Kingdom and many other Asian countries. With the exhibition of special exhibitions in these countries, the Indian culture was also brought familiar to the nations of the world. The museum has conducted a number of special exhibitions to commemorate the 150th birth anniversary of Rabindranath Tagore in the year 2011, International Museum Day in the same year 2011, Durga Puja, Ganesh Chaturthi in the same year 2011. It also conducts a puppets exhibition in the year 2012, terracottas in the same year, and the museum completed 200 years of its existence. Hence, the 200 years anniversary celebration of Indian Museum conducted in the year 2014 with the exhibition of various objects for the people. Have a look at the emblem of the Indian National Exhibition of 200 years. So far we discussed about the history of the Indian Museum, its collections, its galleries, its exhibitions and different galleries and unique objects displayed in the galleries. Now we can conclude this lecture with summary. The Indian Museum was the first public museum on the Indian soil, founded in the year 1814. Its establishment was an important landmark in the cultural history of the country and contributed for the rapid growth of museum movement in Indian subcontinent. The vast and rare collection of objects right from prehistoric times to modern times reflects the precious possession of art and culture of nation, particularly India. The museum with its varied and rich collection of objects is fully serving the needs of the present day democratic society for exhibition, entertainment and enjoyment. The Indian National Museum undoubtedly a revolutionary change in the approach of curatorial practices. It has augmented the arena of Indian museums and has been proliferated its theoretical purview. By this discussion, I hope you may understand about the importance, glory and grandeur of the first museum of India, that is Indian Museum, Calcutta. For further details, you go through the text, e-text and also self-assessment and further sources for better understanding. Thank you.